Hi guys, while we dress the babies, this time we're going to do our first oil video, and the first oil video is going to be about basic facts and background. So I'm going to read what I wrote while I dress the babies. So we'll do that. We'll start with Ryan, because I have those three up here, Ryan, Nayani, and Chessie. So we'll start dressing them while we read the videos, or what I wrote about oils. So essential oils, video 1 is about the basic background and facts. What is an essential oil? An essential oil is a highly concentrated aromatic liquid extracted from various parts of plants. And each part of the plant, you get the oil, like each plant, each species of plant, you get the oil from a different part. Some oils come from the stems, some oils come from the leaves, roots, flowers, etc. Different plant oils specific to their species. Each plant type holds their oils in different areas. For example, some oils are extracted from the leaves, roots, stems, or flowers. The area the oil is derived, this is what we're going to put on Ryan, depends on the species you're using. It also depends on the oil desired and the purpose of the oil or the concentration needed. There are a few methods for extracting oils. The most popular is distillation. Distillation is the extraction Sorry, I lost my spot. Distillation is the extraction and purification and collection of essential oils using heat. This technique involves separating a liquid mixture into its basic components. It is based on the boiling point of the chemicals involved. In distillation, a liquid is heated to the boiling point in order to vaporize it. Once vaporized, it is cooled to get it back to a liquid state. When the vapor is cooled, it condenses back into a liquid state. For example, let's say you have a stove with a hood above it. You know, like you have a stove and then a hood on top. If you boil water, which turns the liquid water into vapor, which is steam, right? As the steam rises and comes in contact with the cooler hood above your stove, little droplets of water will form. And the reason that it does that is because the hood is cooler. And so as the steam touches it, it cools rapidly and turns back into its liquid state. So you can have steam go up, or if you're doing your face, you're steaming your face like over a pot of hot water. And when it touches your face, which is cooler than the boiling point, because the human body is 98.6, give or take, and boiling is 212 degrees. So basically when it hits your cooler face, it condenses back into its liquid form. And that's why you get droplets of water. Another method of extracting essential oils is called cold press extraction. This method is primarily used when extracting citrus oils from things like oranges, lemons, or limes. This method uses pressing or squeezing a plant part to squeeze the oil out, like getting juice from an orange. Because no heat is involved, it better preserves the natural properties and nutrients of the oil. Here's Ryan. Before I start another paragraph, let's look at Ryan. Look how cute he looks in this outfit. He's so cute. Let me set him down and we'll get Chessie. Chessie's got a binky right now. She's got a binky right now, but we're going to remove that binky. Say time to let the binky go, baby girl. Another method is solvent extraction. This involves using a solvent like hexane or ethanol. Ethanol is an alcohol. To dissolve the essential oil. The mixture is then filtered and the solvent is evaporated, leaving behind the oil. This method is often used with delicate flowers that cannot withstand heat. There is also CO2 extraction. This uses carbon dioxide under high pressure to extract the oils. This is basically the same as solvent extraction using CO2 as the solvent. This method produces high quality oil but uses specialized equipment. So it's not something that most people can do at home. You know what I mean? Enfleurage is another method used in extraction of oils. This method is a traditional perfumery technique that extracts the oil from delicate flowers by absorbing that oil in a layer of odorless fat. This process can involve either cold extraction or hot extraction to process it afterwards. Although most extractions are done by more modern techniques, some still use this method. And this is a very ancient method. It's been used for many, 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 many years. I think I say that in the next paragraph. Steps for enfleurage. First is the fat preparation. A layer of fat like lard, tallow, or purified coconut oil. Let me find the back of this. I don't know, it doesn't say which way is the back. Oh, I think that's the back. Is spread on a glass plate or in a glass container. Step 2 is the flower placement. Freshly picked fragrant flowers are placed on the layer of fat. Absorption is step 3. The flowers are left in contact with the fat for a specified period of time. Each flower has an optimal time that it needs to be in contact with the fat, allowing for the fat to absorb the flower's fragrance. 4 is repetition. Used flowers are replaced with new ones multiple times until the fat is saturated with the scent. And this method is very ancient. It was used in ancient Greece. It was used in ancient Sumeria. It was used in ancient Rome, Egypt. They all used this enfleurage method. Then after the oil is saturated with the scent, then comes extraction. The fragrant fat called pomade can be used as is, like if you wanted to melt the wax down, like the fat, if you wanted to put it over a candle and melt it down, then the fragrance would come out. Or it can be processed by washing it with alcohol to create an absolute. Enfleurage is an ancient technique dating back centuries. It was used in ancient Sumeria, ancient Egypt, and ancient Greece, and ancient Rome. It was especially prominent in the 18th and 19th centuries in a place called Grasse, France. They still use that method today. So while some small perfumeries still use enfleurage, most of them have gone to more modern methods using machinery. The benefit to enfleurage is that because, again, no heat is used, you get a much more fragrant and much more healthy oil if you're going to use it for internal purposes. Although most flower oils you wouldn't use for internal purposes. Flower oils are like jasmine, gardenia, rose, violet, lilac, lavender. Those are all flower oils. That's really all I have for the first video. We were just talking about extraction methods and what essential oils are used for, but let's talk about the uses of essential oil. Essential oils can be used, look at Chessie, doesn't she look cute as a little strawberry? They can be used as medicine. They can be used for aromatherapy. They can be used topically. They can be used in tinctures. They can be used for inhalation. They can be used for all kinds of things. And I particularly like essential oils topically, and I do take certain essential oils internally, but only certain essential oils and only ones that are approved for that type of purpose, because many essential oils have carrier oils or they have other oils mixed in that you can't take internally. So you have to be really careful if you're taking essential oils internally. Like I have an antibiotic recipe that I will share with you guys in a later video that I use internally. But again, you have to be very careful of the oils you use because some oils cannot be taken internally. And so you have to make sure that the oils you're taking internally are pure essential oils, that they don't have any carrier oils or other oils inside of them. This is what we're going to put on Nyani. I use essential oils topically. I use them when I have pain, for joint pain or muscle pain or any of that kind of stuff. Like I said, I take them internally when I need my antibiotic oils. I use them aromatically, like smelling them. And let's talk a little bit about aromatherapy. Okay, we'll start our next section, which is aromatherapy. So how does aromatherapy work? When we smell a fragrance, the molecules go into our bodies, and then the receptors in our nose process the ingredients, and it is passed through our bloodstream and can give positive or negative effects. topically. We can put it on our skin, and it is absorbed into the skin and into the bloodstream under the skin, and then you also can get the positive or negative effects of the oils. I'm not sure that it's going to work to do the oil videos while I'm dressing babies because it's hard to focus on the paper, so we may do the oil videos just holding a baby and not dressing them, but we'll see how that goes. Be careful what scents you pick. Some will help you sleep and some will keep you up. Like you have some scents that will invigorate you and there are some scents that will make you sit sedated. So you want to be careful when you're looking for an effect that you pick the right oil. Just because something smells good doesn't necessarily mean it's going to make you tired. Or if you're trying to stay awake, that it will keep you up. So you want to be careful about the oils that you pick and know their properties so that you're getting the effect that you want. Some will relax you, some will revitalize you. Each plant has its own properties, healings, abilities, and benefits. And so you want to know those before you start using oils. You want to definitely do your research so you know ahead of time what effects you're likely to get from those oils. Although I would like to point out that oils affect everybody differently. So somebody who is revitalized by lemon might actually get sleepy with lemon. It's not common, but it does happen. Look at this pretty girl. Look at this pretty baby. Some oils that smell similar have very different effects. For example, lemon is a stimulant, but lemongrass, which smells very similar, is a sedative. Some oils that smell completely different do the same things. Rosemary and peppermint smell nothing alike, but both are excellent for fatigue. Here are some, this is not a full, complete list. This is just a basic list, but here's some oils and their benefits. So for hair health, you can use cedarwood. Cypress is for oily hair. Rosemary can help with dry hair. Tea tree can help with dandruff. For headaches, you can use eucalyptus, lavender, peppermint, or rosemary. For a stuffy nose, you can use bergamot, eucalyptus, ginger, or rosemary. For hay fever, you can use chamomile or eucalyptus, sorry. And again, some of these are on 2 or 3 different lists, so you could use one oil to get multiple effects. For a sore throat, you can use frankincense, jasmine, sandalwood, or tea tree. Sore muscles, frankincense, ginger, sweet marjoram, and rosemary. Stomach issues or period issues, you can use anise seed, clary sage, juniper berry, lavender, or marjoram. For an upset stomach, you can use ginger, mandarin, or peppermint. And for oily skin, you can use cypress, lemon, mandarin, or tea tree. And tea tree is also really good for acne. For eczema, you can use chamomile, geranium, juniper berry, or lavender. For dry skin, you can use bergamot, chamomile, jasmine, rose, sandalwood, or yang yang. And to improve cellulite appearance, you can use juniper berry, geranium, or rosemary. The active ingredients. Essential oils contain hundreds of chemicals. Together, they make up the character, aroma, and therapeutic action. Chemical combinations can give you really good effects or really bad effects. And that's all I have written down for this first video. But like I said, I don't think we'll dress the babies during the videos because it makes it hard to keep my place and focus on the oils when I'm trying to dress the babies. So I think we'll just hold the baby for the oil videos. Like maybe Miss Nyani, who I'm just in love with. So here she is. So we basically went through the basic facts and backgrounds of essential oils. Next time we'll start going into the individual oils and the different uses for them, okay? I'll talk to you guys later. I love you, ladybugs. Nyani loves you. Say bye, baby. Say bye.